How's it going, YouTube? DM Tombstone Belts back here again with a brand new video. I'm outside of my aunt's house right now. I kind of was staying here after what happened yesterday, if you guys recall watching that video. Yeah, yesterday I just got home from work, in 2 hours within me going home sleeping, my brother waking me up, and of course you all know that my apartment burned down. But after that recent update, I'd say good news for me, at least, the fact that no one was hurt, and all my stuff was actually saved from being destroyed. So the firemen and that allowed us to go back to the apartment, at least try to salvage whatever was salvageable. They gave us only a short period of time, so I quickly tried to grab all my belts. Yeah, man who was trying to be quick enough to grab over 20 some belts and store them up into. Yeah, actually, they're in the garage right now, so yeah, they're all in their belt bags. Well, the ones that have belt bags are in the belt bags, and they're all safe. They're okay, and nothing wrong with them. No burn or anything like that. The homemade ones are still at the apartment, but I'll go to get those later. Got a couple bits of clothing and of course all the stuff on the shelves, like little knickknacks here and there, like my Power Rangers Legacy toys, like the stuff that was signed by JDF. Obviously, those you had to get them out of the apartment. Some stuff in the closet, but obviously, sooner or later, we'll go back to the apartment to try to grab more stuff, try to grab everything I can out of the apartment, because chances are there'll be no chance of us at all probably going back to that place for a long time. Because if you keep it up with the photos I posted on Instagram and of course on Twitter, the room that was posted there, that literally was burnt. The firemen literally had to tear a hole down to the wall, in the wall, and it leads to the apartment building right next to us, because they put two buildings put together in the corners of each room. And obviously the fire leaked through both buildings into that little corner. So literally my brother's room was completely destroyed. Some of his stuff was saved, like his signed rehauled Michael Myers mask, that was saved. Some Funko Pops of his that were saved, and of course his UFC belt I gave him for Christmas was saved. It had a bit of dirt and that on it, but it was okay. There was nothing wrong with it. But all of us still try to cope with our loss. I mean, we just lost our home that we lived there for a long time with. Like, I know the last time I did a video like that where I was saying goodbye to my room where I actually started the YouTube videos, and now it's just now chances of going back there to grab more stuff. Hopefully I'll try to post some more videos in that apartment and show you the aftermath of what the place looks like after everything that happened. But right now I'm just outside, needing some fresh air to try to deal with what just happened. Yeah, and of course it's having a hard time breathing right now because, well, not because I'm just going through a lot of emotions with what I lost from yesterday, but as well inhaling the smoke from the fire. So I spent all day yesterday wheezing, trying to using the inhaler. Even tried to go to the hospital for a breathing treatment, but I had to wait like 3 hours for that, and I'm literally struggling for air, and I can't wait 3 hours for that. My skin got all irritated, my eye got real itchy. I tell you guys, like, you thinking like having a normal bonfire that's been nice during a cold time like this, but some people just can't deal with that stuff. Like for me, I get like real itchy, irritated, and all that, my eyes and that next to like the fires because of the smoke. So I say, guys, yeah, just gotta say, be careful when you're messing with fire, because in the end, smoke could be really deadly. fact that the smoke actually would kill you faster before the fire ever would. And of course, we're saying for the apartment complex we were living at, so far we would say we were lucky in the fact that at least there was an alarm through the whole building that said there was a fire going on, because we didn't have our smoke detector didn't go off at all. Literally, when the smoke was going through our house, and when the time of the fire was shooting out through the corner of my brother's room, because it was burning through the walls, the smoke alarm didn't even go off once, as far as I recall. And the thing, I would try to react fast and try to put the fire out. But I'm still trying to do all this, and yet still the smoke alarm did not go off. It was actually the building's alarm that went off. And like I said before the video yesterday, me and my brother tried to at least try to see if we could save our house, like save the room from, or try to stop the fire from spreading. Because God forbid, I don't want to do what we're dealing with now. I mean, yeah, I was like saying, I was taking a risk of like risking my own life to try to save my house, but it's best bet to try to stop the fire from spreading into any other rooms and try to save as much as we could. So I literally ran outside to grab the fire extinguisher, like I mentioned, and my brother literally took it and put it right to the fire, put that out, but it wasn't enough. It was still spreading because it was electrical fire. It was basically spreading through the walls. And of course, the walls in the apartment complex were horrible. I mean, most of the walls didn't even have insulation. If anything, they were hollow. I mean, I never cut through the walls to find out, but the apartment building was not up to code. Let's just say that. Right now, they're still going to do an investigation on the place. The windows they boarded up the windows they had to break through just to get to the fire, and they locked up their rooms and that. Most of the people now are the ones that are suffering from most of the fire, from the damage, are now have to move someplace else. And some people that even the fire didn't have no effect of had to move out due to water damage, because the water was obviously soaking through from the top floor where the fire was down to the other floors. So my friend's mother, who lived right above us, there was nothing that the fire never got to her apartment. It was the water that caused it to have water damage. So it would be about 2 weeks or so, or even we're talking about a month before she could even actually go back there. So if it's about a month for people that have water damage in their apartments to go back, imagine how long it'll take for us. If anything, there's no chance that we could actually go back. But I would say we're all going to try to at least think about getting together, actually, about taking these people to court, because we had multiple complaints about electrical problems in this apartment. We've been having severe brownouts and blackouts due to storms, but and plus there was a lot of problems with our electrical wiring in our house to begin with, because of light switches going on without even being touched, or even though they're in the off position, the lights could still get on by just a little touch. The venting in our bathroom goes on, and yet it stayed on no matter how many times we tried to fiddle with the switch. Literally, the place was a run-down mess, but at least I could say it was home. But the fact that they were so lazy and so careless of putting people in these houses that they literally they're risking their lives, and yet their places, their homes, just to get through half-assed and just lazily, is ridiculous. So I'd say, guys, many times, you just gotta be careful for what you go in through. Like now, it's hard trying to see what I can do in my life right now, because I basically have to stay with a family member right now. Like my mother's now living with my brother Scott. I'm currently staying at my aunt's house now with my brother, his fiance, and their son, my godson. But luckily, we're having people to try to support us, try to do anything we can to help us, live past this and move forward. And hopefully, soon let this tragedy actually be a step forward to the future. So yeah, guys, I'm just trying to keep my chin up for everything that's been going on. I mean, yeah, I mean, like, how are you saying about that? Because your stuff was safe. Your things are okay. You didn't even lose much of anything except your house. Yes, guys, but you know how hard it is to find a place to live? It's not as easy as you think. It's gonna be a while. Plus, too, during this time when it gets real cold, it's really hard to move into from another place and all that. But anyway, I'm gonna probably cut the video here. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to share. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I would say thank you if you do leave comments for your support. Like the guy from yesterday, I say I humbly thank you for your support, and it's you guys that give me support that make me try to live past this incident and try to move on with my life. So, as well, follow me on my Instagram at DanHinley96, and of course on Twitter at DMTombstone96. I'm DM Tombstone Belts. Hopefully see you guys in the next video.